Hello, hello. That looks a little bright and scary. I did not mean to scare you. Happy Friday, everyone. You may notice there's something going on around here. I told you, I know I look a little sloppy, but I told you there was a little surprise going on for today. You're going to get a view that not many people get to see. Isn't it lovely? This is my beard dyeing shirt. And you may have noticed my beard is purple on a typical day. Today is time for me to reapply the dye. And first I have to bleach it. Of course, I'm using a new, developer cream. And so it's acting a little weird. But this is the shirt I wear. Isn't it lovely? So that the bleach can get on this shirt instead of something else. So I apologize for that. We're going to go about 45 minutes. I just applied it. I'm going to go about 45 minutes. And then I'm going to rinse this out. And I may, depending on what it looks like, I may reapply it. But you can see I got some roots coming in. So I got to redo this. Hello, lovely people in my computer. My name is Tom Durante. This is, let me try that again. Let me pull up my script because I'm still working on that. Where is that? Streamlabs, is that the one? Nope. I don't remember where I had that. Let me just try it off my memory. Hello, lovely people in my computer. Welcome to Durante's House of Music. My name is Tom Durante, your guide to all things musical. From piano repairs, piano whatever else, music theory, music production, live performances, and everything in between. Please make sure to hit that like and subscribe button for more beard dyeing action. And thank you if you already have. Let's see what we can get into today. I'm going to try and jump right in. I see some people viewing, but I don't see anybody in the chats. The whole fun of this is that you're in the chats. Get in those chats. Say, what's up, chat? I'll start you off. I'll get it for you. I gotta get the first what's up chat. Oh my gosh, that's right. I have no idea why. I do speak Russian, говорите по-русски, but I don't know why. I didn't realize my keyboard was on the Russian setting. I must have done that by accident. I have not been... That's so ridiculous. I have not been typing on Russian lately, but I did accidentally type fifth. That is supposed to say fifth, and that's not how you say fifth in Russian. I don't know. Anyway, but today's Friday, which would be Pятница in Russian. And I actually accidentally just typed the letters, the English letters, what's up chat. Those are not the Russian equivalents of that. But I don't know what happened. Where's my apostrophe? We're having a great Friday, aren't we? What's up, chat? In the proper language. That is not how you say what's up, chat. I would probably say something like, what are you doing? Что вы делаете? Anyway, this is not a Russian podcast. But I was trying to jump right in. Before I remembered, I typed in Russian by accident up there. So anyway, happy Friday. Anyway, today is... I'm going to try and jump right into this daily music history, is what I was trying to say before I typed in Russian gobbledygook that is actually not any words. I'm still recovering. This is my recovery podcast, basically. So anyway, I've decided I'm doing 5, maybe 6 days a week, because this is just so much fun. And if I don't do it daily, then you don't get your daily dose of this day in music history. So we got to get into it. Since today is April 24th, I asked Croc, I said, can I have today's music history events? Since today is April 24th, 2025, here's a compilation of notable music events that happened on this date across history, including some recent and classical moments where possible. Note that for 2025, no specific events are widely documented yet, as it's the current day. Thank you, Grok. So I'll focus on historical events up to 2024 and leave some room for what might emerge later today. Basically, he's saying the day's not over yet. All right. Today, April 4th, in 1841, Felix Mendelssohn conducted the premiere of his oratorio, Elijah, in Leipzig on April 4th. Some sources adjust this to later dates, but earlier records tie it here. This work, though premiered posthumously, which means after his death, is, in its final form, showcased his mastery of choral music, blending Baroque influences with romantic depth, and remains a staple in classic repertoires. 4325, that's right, Alex. Alex in the chat. Biggest fan. Today, in 1938, country singer-songwriter Norris Wilson was born on April 4th in Scottsville, Kentucky. He penned his hits like Tammy Wynette's He Loves Me All the Way and George Jones' A Picture of Me Without You, leaving a lasting mark on country music until his death in 2017. 1960, Frank Sinatra's High Hopes from the film A Hole in the Head won the Oscar for Best Original Song on April 4th. At the 32nd Academy Awards, the upbeat tune with lyrics by Sammy Cahn became a Sinatra classic, reflecting his knack for turning charm into chart success. In 1981, Styx hit number 1 on the U.S. Billboard 200 with Paradise Theater on April 4th. This concept album exploring the rise and fall of Chicago theater, blending progressive rock with radio-friendly hooks, marking a commercial peak for the band with tracks like The Best of Times. 1996, Grateful Dead guitarist Bob Weir and Jerry Garcia's widow Deborah scattered Garcia's ashes in India's Ganges River on April 4th, 8 months after his death. This poignant act followed an earlier scattering under the Golden Gate Bridge, honoring the counterculture icon's legacy. Just a few more here. 2003, the Rolling Stones made their live debut in India on April 4th, performing at Bangalore Palace during a monsoon. That's exciting. Part of their Licks tour, the rain-soaked gig drew 30,000 fans, showcasing their global pull in unpredictable weather. Even in unpredictable weather. In 2009, Metallica was inducted to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame on April 4th in Cleveland, joined by Jeff Beck, Run DMC, and others. Their induction celebrated thrash metal's mainstream breakthrough with hits like Enter Sandman, cementing their legacy. 2011, Leanne Rimes sang the U.S. national anthem on April 4th at the NCAA Men's Basketball Championship in Houston. Her flawless rendition of the notoriously tricky Star Spangled Banner highlighted her vocal prowess during a high-profile moment. I'm not sure why it's notoriously tricky. Maybe it's just some people didn't practice enough. And finally, in 2021, Carrie Underwood raised over $101,000 for Save the Children with a live stream concert on April 4th from Nashville's Ryman Auditorium, performing gospel-tinged country hits like Amazing Grace. She blended faith and philanthropy in a virtual Easter event. And there you have it. Today, in music history, let's find out what the scale of the day is. The key of the day is. My random number generator. It should still be set to 7 like it was yesterday. We've got 1 of 12. Oh, 4. E flat. Let's get our little suitcase piano out here. Now, yesterday I forgot to mention the relative minor of what we were playing in. Okay, we were in F sharp major. Let me bring you over here, buddy. Gotta be careful not to get my bleach on my microphone. That would just be messy. That's about it. So, F sharp is D sharp minor. Anyway, we won't go back there. We're moving forwards. And that's an interesting coincidence. We have E flat, which, as we learned, I don't remember if that was yesterday or the day before. I think it was yesterday. We were talking about sharps and flats, and we talked about N harmonic notes. Why don't you come over to the piano with me? There it is. So if you look here, this is E flat, also known as D sharp. And that's just a funny correlation. Has nothing to do but random chance we were in F sharp, which D sharp is the relative minor of. And now we are in the N harmonic equivalent E flat. Ooh, that was a cool little accident. As Bob Ross would say, a happy little accident. Let's see if we can send out a couple more links here. It's a Friday. I'm ready to party. I was reapplying my bleach, so I didn't really get a chance to send out links and blah blah blah. So they may be a little late, but they'll get here. I can't believe I typed in Russian. That's so funny. So while I'm doing this, maybe I'll tell you a little story. I worked at a summer camp for children with disabilities when I was 14 through the age of 24. And it was a gratifying experience. It was life-altering, life-changing in many ways. And one of those ways was some of the people I met. I made friends. We had exchange students who came in. And they would work, just various tasks. I started off as a counselor in training. And so we got to help out the counselors and things like that. And then eventually I became a counselor. And we would take care of the kids and basically give the parents a break for either the weekend during the years or a whole week during the summer. And it was very amazing. It was a wonderful experience. And so some of these people, they were from all over the world. They were from the UK. They were from Russia. I met people from Kazakhstan. Everywhere you could think of. Brazil, South America, Europe. I can't remember where else, but basically all over the place. And one of them was a good friend of mine. I stayed in touch with her for a long time. And she tried to teach me Russian. Okay, and it didn't quite stick at the time. Anybody else? And so it didn't quite stick at the time. But then later, I've always had a knack for languages. I love learning new languages, all that sort of stuff. I think that's everybody. Let's do a quick little scroll. That's right. So, I've always been a huge fan of languages. I am Italian by my heritage, so I started to learn Italian. I taught myself Italian. German. My dad lived in Germany during Vietnam. He was stationed there. And so, I had a fascination with German, so I tried to learn that. Learned a little bit of that. And then in school, in high school, I took Spanish. And then I got to college. And I was like, I am ready for something new, something different. And I remembered, trying to learn Russian. And so then I took a Russian class. I took one semester, and then in my second semester, they talked about an opportunity to travel and go to live in Moscow, study there, study the language. And so I took them up on that, and it was an amazing experience. I lived in Moscow in a dormitory, Moscow State University. I studied Russian language intensively, and living there, you get that immersion experience. And so living there, having to buy food, having to get things, go out, go shopping, do all the things. And, there were people who spoke English, and you learned to say, "Говорите по-английски," like, "Do you speak English? Can you help me, please?" And hopefully they would. Uh-oh. I am not taking this right now. But anyway, so can't type and talk at the same time. So, it was an amazing experience. And so that's how, what's up, Lucas, in the chat? That's how I learned the Russian language. And, that was around 2011. Yeah, 2011 was when I was there, just for a couple months. I lived there for, I think it was about 6 weeks that I was there altogether. And we had an incredible experience. We went to the ballet, went to the opera, we went to the countryside, we went to St. Petersburg and saw art museums and all of this. It was just a really, truly cultural experience and all that stuff. Delentrix, who is this? On the road to Washington State. Who are you? Drive safe, travel safe, and I hope my music and my stories give you something to listen to. Irvin, how we doing, sir? So maybe I'm finding I do a lot of talking and not a lot of playing. So I'm going to try and do both. Just a little bit of a drone. And now I can't do either. Basically, to sum up, that's how I've learned Russian, and that's why I have a Russian keyboard on my computer. And that's why I accidentally made this title that's supposed to say fifth Russian. And that's why my first What's Up chat was in Russian. I'm going to stop trying to talk now and just play. Irvin is playing the part of a truck driver right now. He's been driving for over 24 hours. I don't know if that's possible, but I believe him. He's a trustworthy guy, and he is serving our country right now, so I salute you, sir. Thank you for your service. So this was just a little happy accident I did here. I was in E flat. I wanted to go to the 4. Driving with the stream on the roads. That's a good little joke. I don't think you meant that, but I took it like that. So I was going to the 4, which is A flat, and I accidentally hit the B flat. He didn't, but I got it. Maybe I should not be so peaceful. Maybe I should be rocking it out. Keep Irvin awake. And it's Friday. So I would be neglecting myself here and you if I neglected to mention the natural, the relative minor of E flat, which is C minor. Can't get enough. Can't get enough of that live. Going live makes me feel alive. one of which is me. One of which is me. Gotta figure out how to hear chord progressions. You sure do. You sure do. Because you gotta pass that test. That's pretty cool. So I'm doing C minor, B7. Oh, actually I wasn't doing B7. To E flat. B flat 7 to E. Not true, sir. Harmonic dictation is not the only reason you would want to do that. If you hear a song you want to figure out how to play, you can sit right down and be like, oh, that's a F minor to a G minor, 7 to a C minor. So some of my students in class, yeah, but, you know, it's way more gratifying doing it yourself. Anyway, some of my students in theory class what if you're not right by a computer? What if the internet explodes? What if you can't think? Grab your attention. It's just you and me here, pal. Anyway, so some of my students, Alex of which is in that class, if that made any grammatical sense, I was showing them one of these videos where I'm just jamming. They're like, how do you do that? Like, I'm just making stuff up. And they're like, how do you know it's going to sound good? I don't know it's going to sound good. That's what I said. How's that for aura? I don't know it's going to sound good. And I tried anyway. And I said, the more you hear things, the better they sound. The more you like them. So like this thing I did, where I went from the 1 to the 4, but I accidentally hit the 5. I mean, it doesn't sound bad, but it's not what I meant. I meant this. But I just went with it. And then the more I played it, the more it was like, oh, that's intentional. And it works. Because if we could talk for a moment, the A flat chord is here. It's like you're doing this is the 3rd scale degree, this is the 1st scale degree within that chord. You're doing a 4, 3, and it's technically a 9, 8, or a 2, 1. So a 4, 3, and a 9, 8 suspension at the same time. Yeah. Okay, so it turns out using all your fingers besides the thumbs and playing the entire scale at the same time and going around sounds okay. Is that what I'm doing? Is that what you think I'm doing? I don't know what that means. Oh yeah, another reason to figure that all out is to get those sounds in your head and turn them into structured chords. Absolutely. Yeah. Simultaneously. I'm not using, I don't know. I can't do that. C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, S. But that's not my key today. I don't know what you mean. It makes no sense to me. I think it's time for a grok joke. Can you move that to the other side of you. Your hands are blocked by your work. I would be trapped. But I can move it somewhere. We'll experiment. By my mic, I think is what she meant. We'll experiment. I think I have the gain up loud enough. Let's see if this can come over next to me here. This whole week has been... Is that better? Oh, that is totally better, but now I can't really play. Because there's a microphone right next to me. I don't like that. Let's try this. I assure you this sounds really bad, but it's not. Hey, that is 1,000 times better. Thanks for the tip, Andrea. The maestro. Look at that. Anyway, that works. Oh yeah, I was going in for a grok joke and I saw a text message. How distracting. People need to learn how to get in the chat. Get in that chat. Anyway, grok-alicious. I said, can I have some more clever jokes? Get over here, beautiful. Hey. We're still bleached up. We're ready to go. Oh no, I got it on my microphone. Let me grab a tissue. And then all that microphone moving around. Ooh, a little ASMR for you. How's that? And all that mic moving. Sounds bad, but it's not. Maybe it is. Maybe a little bit. Your gain is all the way down and it's still loud. What's loud? Me? Or you? Are you loud? I'm kind of loud. So in all that mic moving around, my headphones are now tangled. I'm not too worried about it because today, you were loud. Today, I'm fighting with the Minecraft video movie thing. So everybody's out watching the Minecraft movie with Jack Black and whoever else. But I'm here for you. Whether or not you watch me live or you come back and see me later. I'll be here waiting for you. But I won't. I won't be waiting for you. I'll be back. Probably tomorrow. So I said, hey Grok, can I have some more clever jokes? Music production style. Because we're going to get into it today. Make sure they are appropriate for a general audience. Because there was a few there I didn't really feel like reading on air. Here are 10 clever musical production themed jokes. Suitable for a general audience on your live stream. Thanks, Grok. Ooh. Why don't producers ever lose their keys? Cue the drums. Because they've always got a spare in the mix. Oh yeah. 4 people follow Jack Black in a cube world. Yeah, I mean, wouldn't you just want to just go play Minecraft instead of watch a movie about it? That's kind of what I thought about the D&D movie. You know, I was just learning how to play D&D at that point. I was like, wouldn't I just go play D&D? That sounds way better. Okay, here's one that's relevant to something we talked about. How do you know a synth is lying? Its waveforms don't line up. Alright, we'll take these a little bit at a time here. Let's get into it. It is 41 minutes, and I feel like I'm just getting warmed up. That's me, the maestro. I don't know. You gotta tell me. This week has just been one experiment after the next. I'm trying to figure out what works. It's an electronic drum kit. Oh yeah. Okay, I need to do a little experiment here. Let me take you with me on a journey. We're going to do something live on YouTube. I am currently opening Ableton Live. Don't worry, I will add it to my sources as soon as I am able. Ableton. Oh, let's see what we got here. So I need to do that. Now you are seeing a browser. No, now you are not seeing anything. That's cool. Window capture. Let's change that to my Ableton window. Nope. Let me see. See, if I was smart, I would have done this before, but I was not planning this. Application, no. Window, let's see. That's what I just did. Let's try another one. Window to capture. Yo, where is Ableton? Oh, that's not cool. I need that to show up. It's right here. Where is it here? Let's see. So what I'm trying to do, I really like that. I hope I can remember it. Okay, I think I can remember that. Let's see. I don't know how to get this. Why is it not there? It should be there. Let's see what else we got. What are my other options? Display, image, media, scene, text, video, window, group. Well, this sucks. Application audio, that's not what I want. Display capture. Was that just going to show you everything on my screen? That sounds kind of scary. Windows 10. Let's see about this. Will you see everything on my screen? Window capture, display capture. Huh. I don't know. Okay, what I'm trying to do is to get you to see my screen. Ooh, display. There you go. Samsung. That's the one. Yo, it's my screen. Yo, it's OBS. And now, whoa, it's Ableton in like a very large aspect ratio. Let's see what we got. You should be live, my good sir. Okay, you can see my screen. I'm checking on YouTube so that I can see what you see. And you can see it. That's pretty cool. And it looks halfway decent. Actually, it looks better than it does on my TV. I like the darker color. It's kind of bright on my TV. All right. So we're going to mix some music here. Mix some music. So I'm hoping that I am able to use my current input device. Okay, let's see. This is brand new territory, folks. This is OBS tutorial. It's not that hard. I figured it out. Let's see if you can hear that. Oh, it's coming through my TV. I don't like that. Can I put it through? Did you hear that? What? Speakers. Did you hear that test tone? Because this would be very depressing if you couldn't hear any of that. It is an A. That's not an A, that's a drum. Do you hear that? Tell me you can hear that. What test tone? You don't hear that A? It's coming through my speakers. Let's try this. DX, what is that? Is it going to go through my headphones? It's going through my headphones. Did you hear that? Can you hear that? I'm glad it's just you. Keyboard and orchestra room. Yeah, you're such a jerk. Why would you do that? Nobody would notice. So, did you hear that test tone? You're not joking. April Fool's is not over. Can you hear that? Monday morning, it's 4:40. So is this. Do you see that I'm playing the test tone? Do you hear the test tone? I need to figure out where my output is that you can hear. Let me see something. Desktop audio. Tascam. So let me try something here. You don't hear that, do you? I'm just going to let it play and try. Oh, that's what I need to do. Add source, application, audio. Audio input, audio output. Yeah, audio output. Let's try that. Let's try that. Is it going to be Ableton? Ooh, ooh, ooh. Wait, is that what I want? That's not what I wanted. Speakers. You hear the tone? I didn't do anything yet. Am I muting and unmuting right now? Do you hear that happening? It's off. It's on. Or do you hear it all the time like I do? I need to know. I guess I could just put my video up on YouTube with sound. I guess I could just put my video up on YouTube with sound. This is trippy. And now I don't know what I'm hearing. Okay, so now you hear that. This is trippy. And now I don't know what I'm hearing. Okay, so now you hear that. Okay, there it is. Okay. Enough tripping out here, Durante. Let's make some music. Okay, so you can hear that lovely 440 tone. The overtones will not be stacking up, but I can change it. What note is that? People are leaving the stream. Or maybe that was me. Nope, I don't know. This is not everybody's cup of tea, Alex. So me and Alex could just have some fun right here on this screen. But I have bigger plans for us. Alright, so we got sound coming through. So I'm hoping that this will work. Okay, welcome to Ableton Live. Sweet. This is Ableton Live 11, because I have not upgraded yet. I didn't realize there was a 12 out until I went to download this. So, over here, we have our tracks. You can see I can keep adding tracks. Over here, we have our master stuff. I'm going to try to make these smaller. That'd be kind of cool. Oh, what's this? I don't need these right now. There you go. Get out of here. So, these are my master effects tracks and my master output. Okay, not using that right now. What I'm going to do is some audio from my keyboard, hopefully. We're going to arm that track. Ooh, that's lovely. You can see it turns red when we peak. I don't want that to happen, so I'm going to turn that down a bit. Ooh, one thing I need to look at is my latency latencycycy. Okay, latency latency is 209 milliseconds, so I'm going to adjust this until that gets to 0. Is this what I want? Samples or milliseconds? Samples, I think, is more accurate. Ooh, gosh. Let me get it down there first. Alright, I'm so sorry that this may be boring to some of you, but this is the first time I'm doing this. So I'm just trying to set it up properly. Alright, we're down around about... Oh no, that's not what I wanted. I'm just setting this all up so next time I do it, it'll be ready to go. Okay, that's what we want. Let's change that so I can get right to 0. 0. Oh. 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 No! Oh, crap. Stop double clicking that. I think it may be time for me to go, not shut off the stream, but go rinse out my beard and possibly reapply more bleach or apply some color. I was hoping that this would be more exciting for you to watch. Not this, but the bleaching and whatnot. Oh, it's so frustrating. Can I do an arrow with this? Oh, I can. Look at that. Booyah. Okay, here we go. So 0 latency because I was noticing a delay. Ugh, I gotta turn my voice down or something. I was noticing a delay. When I hit the key and when I heard that sound. So I'm going to attempt to not make any sound. Whoa! The thing I love about Ableton is this layout. I like to call it the sandbox. This is where I play with my ideas. Okay, this is the vertical session view, they call it. Okay, cool thing about Ableton is when you hover over something, it tells you what it is. So over here, this is the session view selector. And then I could go over here to the arrangement view, which is more of a traditional timeline view, like a lot of DAWs are. This is a DAW. It's called a digital audio workspace. This is where I live and breathe. Phonon. What's phonon? Okay, so I've got my audio piped in, and it appears that I am able to use it through OBS as well as Ableton. This is kind of cool. I was not sure that this would work. So right now we're going to keep it simple. I'm just going to record the audio off of my keyboard, and I really liked that. Now I just recorded that. Huh. Let's listen. That. Now we will use it. That. Now I just. All right, so we're going to drag this over here to the other audio track because I'll use that for my vocals or whatever else I'll be doing. So the key to making cool music is is layering things. Multiple layers make really interesting music. So I accidentally hit that. But I was going to show you this. Do we need it? I guess I don't get it counting, but I'm going to try. We're going to make a metronome. We're going to put a speed. Let's see what the metronome speed is. That. Now I just recorded that. Okay. Okay. Amazing things about Ableton. I did not record that, but Ableton was listening, and Ableton knows what I did. So if I click this magical button right here, is that the one? I think that's the one. If I click that magical button right there, nope, that's not the one. What? Capture MIDI. That's the one. Oh, it only does it for MIDI. That's right. I'm hallucinating. It's from the bleach fumes. Button right there. No button right there. I'm getting a lot. No button right there. I'm getting a lot of out-of-pocket audio capture, which I'm not meaning. So let's try this again. So we would like a 1-bar count in. So it's gonna, when I hit this record button, it's gonna count off 1, 2, 3, 4. Your face will turn. Yeah, this is gonna be something special. But I really like this drum set that I found, the analog kit 136. I'm gonna write that physically on my keyboard. 136 electronic drums. Okay, this is how I take notes on what sounds I like, because when I bring this keyboard somewhere or whatever, I've had musicals where I've had to literally I'll be playing something and then I have to type in the numbers real quick and hit, if it's not 3 numbers, I have to hit yes and then go to the next voice like very rapidly. So that's why I've got those. Alright, so I'm going to hit record. It's going to give me one measure and then it's going to keep the metronome going while I'm playing. We're going to attempt to recreate that drum pad. Here we go. Quit getting bleach on the mic. That's really all I need. Because now I can click here. Let's see what we got. I really don't like, this is very big. You know, all of this is just really big. Let's see. Nope. That's not what I wanted. This bar is in my way. This is just frustrating. But it's okay. We're just experimenting here on a Friday evening. That didn't record what I wanted it to because I did not have it set properly. Where's my input? This is working really well. And it did not give me a 1 measure count in. It just started recording right away. That would be why. What is this? Quantize, I see. Where's my inputs? As you can see, it's been a little while since I've done anything. Usually it's like right here. Maybe it's down here somewhere. Because I have this zoomed in really big. Because it's on my TV so I can see what's going on. So let's go back to options. Let's zoom it out a bit so we can get everything we need to see. Look and feel. Zoom out a bit. There it is. Where was that hiding? Oh, it just disappeared. That's fun. Alright, well, let's check the stream and see what you can see. Because I've got that on the wrong input. Can you still see what's going on that small? You'll probably be able to make most of it. And if you didn't know, if you're on your phone, I use this all the time. If you're on your phone watching YouTube, you can zoom into a video. I really hope you knew that. Actually, I really hope you didn't know that. Because if you didn't know that, I just taught you something else. I am a teacher. This is what I do. So, I'm going to actually just move these back on over. I'm going to delete this. I'm going to check how many people we got watching. Oh, there's some people in here. Couple. I'm going to move those back. Because what I see here down here in this menu that was hidden before, this is my voice. This is my keyboard. And that's very loud. I have this all turned up because OBS doesn't think that it's loud. But it is loud. And if I get further away from the microphone, maybe it's not as loud. But I'm right up on that sucker, so you know. Okay, so what I gotta do now is arm this track instead. Okay, I'm gonna turn that down. You may not be able to hear it. Okay, I think we got a good level here. Emma, right? Aren't these fire beats? I wonder if you just joined Emma, because it's been a struggle just to get to this point. So let's lay down this fire beat. You may not hear it until I start playing it through the audio, but let's just see what we get here. 1 measure count in, and then my fire beat. I was going to say something, but it's a family-friendly show. Now, typically, I try and line it up so where it'll loop real nice. You can see over here, now that I have it zoomed out properly, if I go all the way back, clip it out here, ooh, 32 beats I think is a proper number. So 33 is not a proper number. I could always kind of shrink that. Okay, if we do have warp on, I can move this a little bit. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Let's just see what it sounds like this before I moved it. Boop. Control Z. Let's hear this fire beat. Ooh, it is off. Is there still latency? This is not working very well. Audio? There's no latency. Input latency, that's why. Oh, you poop. Come on. Yo, why can't I get... Oh, input buffer. Input latency. Output buffer. Output latency. How about 0 latency? That'd be great. 5 milliseconds? Come on now. 5 milliseconds? Can I get 0? Can't I get 0? What's the problem with 0? Alright, let's see. This right here is the trick. Okay, we can use our arrows. Boom, boom, oop. We can use our arrows in here. This is the trick that'll make or break your productions. If you don't know about this setting, and you're just like, why? This beat should win a Grammy. Thank you, Emma. I'm working on it. I hope 5.8 milliseconds is not a whole lot, because we're going to retry that. Because it was, if you couldn't hear, I'll try it again for you. That was off of the metronome. Oh, and now it's lo-fi. Man, I'm having a great time right now. I think I need to take a breather. This is not at all what I wanted. Oh. Yeah. This is very experimental. Clipping this and putting on loop to sleep to. That drum was not fire, but it was on fire. It will burn, and it is horrible. Let's see what happens. I think it may be because I'm streaming. I really don't. I've never done this before. And there are 4 people watching. How are you doing, people? Blow up my chat for this fire beat. You know what I'm saying? I guess you have to have some kind of a buffer. You can't just have 256 samples. That's just not enough, apparently. Anyway. Boom, boom. Okay, let's go back here. I would like 0 latency, please. Latency is like a delay. And I knew that. But then when we were talking about latency on my stream, I was like, what's latency? Yo, what is latency? So it's like a delay. So if I'm recording through my microphone and there's latency, then the recording gets delayed and it will never line up, and it's really awful and it sucks and it's a poopy butt. So let's stop that track. Let's try it again. So it's red. Red is bad. Okay, if you didn't realize red is bad. Oh, that's right. I turned this way up. Okay. Let's try it again. And then I'm going to go rinse out my beard. But I'll leave you with some music when I do that. Not that record button, this record button. Let's go! Okay. I don't like it, but we can adjust it. Everything can be fixed. Dum, 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 boom. Okay, so it's really good that we have warp on here. We're going to take a little break. I'm going to put some music on. My beard is kind of burning a little bit, and that's probably not good. So I'm going to put on another fire beat. Hopefully it doesn't take longer than this song. Where are we at? Where are we at? Where are we at? Where are we at? Where we at? Beginning. Let's just put this on. Let's just put this on like this. That's exactly what I wanted. Alright, folks. I'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. I'm just rinsing out my beard. We're going to look at a blonde beard. Look at this. Can you see this? Bleach. So the special treat tonight, there it is. Special treat is I'm letting you in to see the process. As you can see, I've got my bleach t-shirt on. I'll be right back. Look at that. Look at that. It's beautiful. Ooh, we got through that whole song, really? And into the next. Oop. Patterns of Saturn. Another good one. Alright. Take a look. Take a gander. I'm going to let it dry out before I do anything else to it. I'm realizing now that this may be a little bit more of an involved process than I was anticipating. Live streaming and making beats. We need to get into another lesson here. My internet looks like it's dropping out a little bit. This is fun. This is great. This is Friday. I'm ready for bed. But I'm sticking it out with you. Because I'm dedicated to letting you in on all the secrets. The music production. The bleaching of the beard. The bleaching of the beard. That should be another song. The bleaching of the beard song. Anyway, let's get back over here. Let's play a little bit of music to get kind of centered and relaxed and whatnot. Let me know. I was trying to say that this is still an experiment. So if you like this camera angle, as opposed to the lower camera angle that I had yesterday, let me know. You are going to open a DAW and make music directly after this stream and not play Minecraft. That's incredible. I'm so glad. Hopefully it's due to my lovely inspiration. So I want to say, I really like this total subscriber count that's up on my screen right now, because I've been watching it go up every day. I think I started the week with 30 or 40, and my views and my view hours were rather low, like 10 or 15 or something like that. But since I started going live, if I get 20 people viewing this video and it's over an hour long, that's 20 view hours. That's incredible. I'm chasing that 4,000 view hours. So if you do me a favor and just watch my videos and watch them again and watch them again, just put them on in the background. I'm trying to get monetized. Okay? Maybe YouTube doesn't want me to say that, but that's what I'm saying, because who knows? Who knows what's going on at YouTube? We are in the daily key of drum kit. I mean, E flat major. I think most of the people who were here earlier left, but that's okay. Get Paulina on the stream. It was the theremin that put her to sleep, I think, not the Rhodes. But anyway, I think it's a compliment if my music puts you to sleep. This is a much better view without the microphone right here. Thank you for that tip. I'm an experimental musician, if you hadn't figured it out. I like to do things that are unconventional. Get back over here. Get back over here. I wasn't done talking to you. Or maybe I was. Is this crooked? Oh, yes, it is. As a composer, I like to do things that are different. It is my sincere opinion that music has been stuck in a rut. I say for 100 years, but I mean, there's been some changes over the last 100 years. Excuse me. That's what reusing music for 100 years makes me do. But, you know, what we've been in for the last 100 years is an equal temperament tuning, which is bland and uninteresting. And I'm sure Alex will agree with me. If I had a way, let me look real quick. If I had a way to change my temperament on this, I would be playing in a well temperament. Menu? I don't believe I can. Menu. Can I? Where is it? No, that's not what I want. How do I change? That's what I thought I was doing. Oh, tell me my button stopped working. That would be horrible. Okay. Well, I don't think I can do it anyway, but now I really can't. Anyway. No, I'm just talking. Alex, you think I'm talking to you? These are things that I've believed for years. I've been a piano tuner for 11 years, and I know about a well temperament. And well temperament is my favorite. I have a harpsichord out there tuned in a well temperament. I think my piano out there is tuned in a well temperament, but that hasn't been tuned in years. What if I tuned a piano live on YouTube? That takes over about 45 minutes. I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that tomorrow. Dare me. I will. I will. Say I won't. I'm going to have the most boring channel on YouTube with 1 million subscribers. And eventually I'm going to live stream some piano repairs too. The pointing is becoming a sticker. With the beard, shirt, and the blonde, and the... Do it. Do it. Meme me, bro. That's kind of a fun keyboard. Galaxy EP. We will both forget by then. But I will be tuning piano live on YouTube tomorrow. I hope you're excited. I don't even remember why I brought you over here. Oh yes, we were having a serious discussion about music and me as a composer. I was just getting ready to go back into it, but I forgot. I swear. I don't have ADHD. Prove it. So as a composer, I like to push the boundaries. I like to do things that have not been done. I like to do things that are unconventional. Yeah, which is why I have a theremin on my debut album. Yep. A lot of things on my album maybe are just conventional, but, you know, I think you kind of have to do that to get people's attention and get them to listen to your stuff. When I was teaching digital music, for those lovely 2 years that I had that class, something that I told to the students, I had one student who was, no joke, professional level producer. I'm pretty sure he was already on Spotify. He would play live shows and things like that. He was a DJ, a mixer, maybe a rapper, I don't know. But he was really good. And we vibed. And then, you know, I told the class something that really spoke to me, spoke to him, spoke to all of us. And I truly believe this. So I'm going to look you dead in the eyes here. If you're making music, and your music does not make you uncomfortable, you're doing something wrong. I'll say it again. If your music does not make you uncomfortable, you are doing something wrong. It should push the boundaries. We've been stuck in a musical rut, and probably through no fault of the artist. Maybe some people wanted to push the boundaries, but the producers and the music industry was like, psh, people are not going to listen to that. Well, guess what, bucko? I got the internet. I got DistroKid. Plug. Sponsor me. You won't. And, yeah, I can do whatever I want. I can produce whatever I want and put it out on the internet. You know, like a song but a song using bagel crushes. For example, a song with bagel crushes. What is that? Is that an instrument? Nah, that.
You will now hear a series of bagels being crushed.
A series of bagels being crushed? Oh, it's so satisfying. That's not what I wanted. That's not what I wanted. Let's go back here. These are bagels. Oops. Can I not just edit my thing without you seeing it? Browser. I'm going to have to mute all these. Yep, that's what we wanted. Oh. I hope you enjoy this while I'm trying to figure out my screen here. By the time I figure out my screen, the song will be over. Hey, there it is. Guess what? That was it. Bagels being crushed. I think I have to make a new one. Anyway, that pushed the boundaries. I dare you to name another song that has a bagel being crushed in it. I dare you. I'll give you a minute. It's not there. It doesn't exist. And here's some drumming that I forgot to stop it, because it's on a playlist. Anyway, so you got to push the boundaries. You got to do things that are uncomfortable, because otherwise you're just doing things that have already been done before. Got it? Do you understand? Good. Let's do something. Let's do another lesson. For that, I need to figure out my window capture. I think I need to just start a new one. So we're going to delete that. Are you sure? Yes, I'm sure. We're going to do another lesson here. Yeah. Alex, you're killing me, bro. That is peak Sigma right there. I got the idea before Charlie Puth to do bagels. That's incredible. And I said, I dare you to find a song that uses bagels. I'm literally dying right now. Literally. Please have mercy on my soul. I am literally dying. I challenged Alex, because he's, as far as I know, there's some people in here, but they're not in the chat like Alex is. Emma was here for a moment. I don't know, I must have driven her away with my coughing or something. But I looked you dead in the face and I said, I dare you to find a song with a bagel crush in it. And he looked it up on Spotify, and my song came up. That is a checkmate. I think we should end the stream right now, because we are done, son. And if you look at my lovely album cover, if you couldn't tell, the things that I do are kind of last minute, a little bit. Looked it up on Google, so it's even worse. I don't know if that means that I came up on Google. That'd be funny. But I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 songs in my album, and 2 bonus songs that I did not make an album cover specifically for. Because what I did 2 years ago, or whatever, a year and a half ago, I released singles. This picture right here is so cool. This is an actual picture that I took. Maybe I was driving. I don't know. Prove it. But this is lightning going into a cloud and out of a cloud, or however it's going. But it's incredible. And I took that picture myself. All of these pictures I took myself. This is my drone spinning around with a long exposure above my house. That's my house. That's the plane coming into Tampa. That's space. I was in space. Prove I wasn't. This is a palm tree. My palm tree. That's my other palm tree. This one doesn't exist anymore. We cut it down. This is the Braden River, or the Manatee River. And then behind all of them, get over here, is the bagel. I'm losing it, folks. I'm losing it. Maybe the bleach fumes. I said that before. Just trying to get my views back. Everybody's out watching the Minecraft movie. Jack Black, why are you so funny? You didn't see it? You didn't see my bagel behind everything there? I don't know. I don't know what we're talking about anymore. I was going to do a lesson. I might need to go bleach. Not bleach. Maybe I do need to re-bleach. You didn't see the bagel. There it is. That's interesting, because there's the little piece of the plate. The bagel is behind it all. The bagel loves you. I know. You're in shock. You didn't know it was there. Because it's right there. It's behind everything. The bagel is behind everything. And that is not only a literal statement of fact about this picture, but it is also a metaphor for life. Okay? I'm going to leave you to ponder that. Ooh. You know what? We're going to go for it. This is one of my most... Okay. Here we are, folks. Here we are. Here we are. You're here? I'm right here. What did I just say? I said, if music doesn't make you uncomfortable, you're doing something wrong. I've neglected to sing because I'm afraid of... Where am I at? I'm afraid of copyright infringement. Very much so. I was having a conversation with my teacher, Greg, and I said the word paralyzed, and he was like, absolutely, that's 100% right. I'm paralyzed because, you can get in a lot of trouble for infringing upon copyright. And so I've neglected to sing songs. I love singing. I have a great voice, if I do say so myself, and I love singing. This song right here is like me splaying open my existence and laying it out there for you. So, 6 minutes and 56 seconds of my soul. While I go I think it's time for a purple mask. So the process here, we still got a little moisture in there, but that's alright. The process here, we take lifting powder. We take developing cream. We mix those together. We apply it to the hair. I've inadvertently learned how to dye hair. If the teaching thing doesn't work out, I'll go be a hair dyer, because guess what? That is not cheap, from what I hear from the kids. It is not cheap. And by the way, you kids, if you're watching, back in my day, old man Durante here, we couldn't wear those colored hairs, we could not wear colored hair like that to school. We could not have colored hair. And when I look back at pictures of myself, maybe while I'm gone I'll try and find one, I was goth and kind of punk and whatever. I was experimenting with different themes. I used to do Liberty spikes, and I would have temporary hair. It was called hair cement, I think, because that's the only thing that would hold it up. And I had blue and pink. I think I would do like the roots pink and then the tips blue. I've always been a badass, so good luck with that. Yeah, so this is really nothing new that I've been doing. It just feels new. It feels different. It feels exciting because I'm no longer a child. But yeah, I'm living in 2035. Catch up. I'll be right back. I'm going to leave you with some very, very experimental music that I made. Everything you're going to hear is my voice. And there's also a theremin underlying it. So if it sounds like really, really pure and still kind of like a voice, that's my theremin. Eventually, some ukulele, my baritone ukulele, which is right over here, joins in. I knew this was going to be a long live stream. We're just going to keep going, folks. Join in, have some fun, get it. I'll be right back. So the process, ADHD much. The process: lifting powder, developing cream. Let that sit for 45 minutes. Rinse it out. Let it dry. And then if you got roots growing in like I have, they're going to be orange. You want to get rid of that. And so you use a purple mask. It has nothing to do with the fact that I dye my beard purple. No matter what color you're going to do your hair, you're going to use a purple mask. Because the purple mask is the opposite color on the spectrum of orange. And so it neutralizes the orange. So we're about to do that. I don't know if you can see the orange, but it's there. I'm going to leave you with this. I'm a little afraid. It'll be alright. You'll enjoy. Or you won't. And you'll laugh at me. And that's okay. I can handle that. I need to make a different scene. But I don't have time for that right now. I'll do that for the next one. So we're going to go to my starting soon, because I'm on a break. And you can still hear me. And I'm going to play something that is very deep within my soul. This is Om, the Journey Within. And we are back. Welcome back. There are still 3 people watching. I'm very impressed with you. Thank you so much for your support. This is going to be my longest live stream yet. And it's mostly because I'm completely disorganized. And also because I'm dyeing my beard. So, I decided that the orange was not detrimental to the look. Oh, did I turn that down? I think I did. Whoa. That was a little bit loud. So, I decided the orange was not detrimental to the look. I turned it up so now I don't have to get so close to it, and I won't get it purple. Let's see. So, I decided the orange, let me say it for a third time, because the orange was not detrimental to the look. It was not so bad, because it was only a little bit, and I had recently dyed my beard, so, we're good. So I decided to just go right in with the color, as I have been doing for over a couple of years now. It took me maybe 6 months or so to figure out what I liked as far as the color. What did you miss? You didn't miss anything. I just got back. I repeated myself a few times, more than I should have, but that's okay. Oh, Alex. Why do I dye my beard purple? What a great question. I'm so glad you asked. Well, you see, I just wanted to try it one day. I thought it would be fun. And so, as a little challenge to my orchestra, my very first year, this would be 4 years ago now. This would have been the end of the year. Wow, I've been doing this 3 years. So, I was like, hey, if we raise, whatever, $300 or something. I don't remember what it was. We were selling tickets to our concert. I said, if we raise $300, I'll dye my beard purple. And I remember one of the kids was like, I didn't hear everything you just said, but you said money and dye your beard purple. So here's $20. I was like, all right, well, that'll work. It goes to the school, so it wasn't going to me. So they did, in fact, raise the money. And no, I never went back. They raised the money. I dyed my beard. I experimented with a couple of looks. I did the mustache. I did not look great, so I decided to let that go back brown. And I do need to shave, so I'll be doing that tonight. I need to trim these things. They are getting very long. Well, let's talk about, while I play in the key of E flat minor, major, let's talk about my beard a little bit. How many people do you know have said that ever? I get distracted. I can only do one or the other, so we're just gonna do a little drone. So the mustache did not look good when it was dyed. I can't do both. I just can't do both. And so what I've been doing, I decided upon a look. Maybe somewhere about 3 years ago, 2.5 years ago. I decided that this was at a Paul McCartney concert. My dad took me and my mom to go see Paul McCartney live in Orlando. It was a great show. And sitting very close to us was a woman. I just can't do both. There was a woman, and she had one strip of hair, and it was dyed purple and teal. And I was like, that's a cool look. And so I had been dyeing my beard purple, but I think I was just going all purple at that time. And I was like, I like that. I'm going to experiment. And so I found a way that if I dyed the tips, just the very tips, oh boy, I'm going to get purple everywhere. Let me get my hand sanitizer. I thought I was using permanent dye, but it turns out I'm only using semi-permanent dye, which turns out to be a good thing. But I found the only way to get it off of your fingers and off of your surfaces is straight up rubbing alcohol. It works great. And inadvertently, this is what I use for hand sanitizer, so I always have some with me. So this woman inspired my look, and I did the tips blue. You can't tell until it starts to fade out a little bit. And then everybody's like, ooh, you got blue in there. I'm like, yes I do. It's supposed to be teal, but I think with the purple over top of it, it starts to get darker. So I do teal on the tips, just the very tips. I do 2 layers, and then I do purple. I dab it in there, and I get it all over the place. I make a big mess sometimes all over my face. One way you could do it is if you put Vaseline on your skin that you don't want to get dyed. And I did that, but it's just easier just to clean it up because I've gotten better at it over time, and I don't make as much of a mess, but I still do get it on my fingers. The Ranty Story Archives 2025. Correct. So that's my beard story. I just can't talk and play the piano at the same time. Don't know what it is. There we are. So, tomorrow, like I said, so basically with the beard dyeing, you gotta let it sit in there. So the bleach has to stay in there for 45 minutes, and then the dye has to stay in there for 45 minutes. And if I were doing a purple mask, that would have to stay in there for probably 20 or 30 minutes. Alex is making a prediction. He says the key will either be B major, or I believe that's a half flat, C half flat Locrian. It's not going to be that one, I can tell you that. C half flat Locrian. I don't really know Locrian. What is Locrian? I don't particularly like. Okay. Can I do... Is that it? Did I do it? So Locrian of G is C, and then I'm pitching down. B2, what? Oh, flat 2, flat 3, flat 5, compared to major. Okay, flat 2, flat 3. What? 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. Lydian, I see. Locrian is the 7th. Okay, I don't particularly like modes a lot. Got it. So that's the 7. So 7 of C sharp. Is that thunder outside? Is that tickling your fancy? I can't do that and this. Well, I can't do that and do this and do that. Either it's thunder outside or somebody's breaking in. This is about to be a very exciting live stream. I finally played C half flat Locrian. You're so welcome. Is that it? Did I do it? Random thunder. Random thunder. And I swear to God, that pitch bending is something I've been experimenting with for decades. And it's a lot of fun. The blue note. So that thunder's at your house too because I hear it. Man, sounds like somebody's banging trash cans or something. Yeah, it sounds like thunder. Funky E-piano. What's this? Peyton Levy, what does she want? Excuse me for a moment. Venus E-piano. Ooh, that's cool. Alright, Alex, it's just you and me and a couple other people here. I wanted to experiment with something. I don't remember. Let's see where... You're clipping it. Oh, that's it, baby. That is it. Now, what song was I playing? So, this sound here, fantasy... So, gosh, I don't remember what song I was playing. I was playing, I think it was Zelda. Oh, man. Dang it. What the heck is the chords? Anyway, so I was playing something like that. Hopefully that doesn't get copyright infringed. I was playing something like that, but I held the pedal down. I held the pedal down and let it all blend together, and it created this spiritual awakening of a sound wash. It was incredible. Let's try and recreate that. It just keeps going, and it just keeps going, and it just keeps going. Just sit and listen to that for a second. Close your eyes. Allow the sound to wash over you. If this makes you uncomfortable, if this is overwhelming, I'm doing my job. Alex calls it ethereal wonderfulness. I believe it's the same. So what you just heard, was that melody of a song. This is going to be one of my next albums, so don't steal this. This is my idea. It's going to be sound washes. Okay, we're going to attempt it. I'm going to attempt it with another song. I need my iPad. If only you could see the moves that I'm doing to stay connected to my headphones right now. So. I'm going to do a sound wash. I'm going to do a sound wash using this sound pad. Close enough. So I was playing Zelda, basically. C, G. So there is, in fact, G sharp, A sharp in there, and F. And so basically all of the notes continue to overlap, and it's basically, I could just do a tone cluster. But I didn't have all those notes, I had like these notes. But it's not just a tone cluster, I'm not just going, okay, enjoy that, woo, it's music. But what I did was I played the song in order. So I'm going to try something here. I'm going to try some Bach. Well, you know what? Let's try this one first. It's right here. This is going to be one of my next albums. I should start recording that soon and put that out, because that would be very easy to do. So this is going to be sound wash. Sound bath. Bath of sound. So I'm going to play this song. I'm going to hold the pedal down, which is going to be hard because it's very instinctual muscle memory to lift your foot as a piano player. So this is my 1589 Thuna Abu, whoever the heck that is. And I'm going to do a sound wash with it. So I'm just going to let it play. Hopefully it doesn't get overwhelming. I'm going to check my levels, make sure I'm not peaking. And here we go. Sounds scary. A little spooky wooky. It's a little spooky. Because you got some minor. And you also have a major in there. It's got a major. Maybe if I do it in a phrase, it'll be a little bit more clean. Just weird. I want to try one more thing here. One more thing. I guess I'm just seeing how much mileage I can get out of all these songs. Where is it? Yeah. I guess it's like the color black. If you were painting, it just mixes everything together. Where is... I think that is one way I could probably get away with playing some copywritten material, because I'm creating something new out of it. Anyway, let's try this. Let's see how this works. Luckily, Bach is not copywritten. Now, I can totally understand if you think that's overwhelming. I totally get it. Because it is. It's extremely overwhelming. I think the idea would work through modifying some kind of thing with the reverb. Yeah, I mean, the concept is there. It's a cool idea. But I think what happens is as I'm doing it, I'm trying to, through the mush, I'm trying to bring out other voices, like. And then they just stay loud, and then it just continues to get louder and louder and louder. Kind of like a standing wave, which is something we will talk about at some point. So, 2 hours in, I don't think I'm doing any kind of lessons here. I think we'll do that with the next week. We'll pick that back up. Fridays, I think, will be special. We'll do something different on Fridays. Yeah. A few chords. This kind of sounded good. And then releasing the pedal to have a chord. I can do that on Ableton if I wanted to just kind of remove something gradually. I'll play with the idea, but it's just an idea I had and I thought it was pretty cool. So anyway, it does go way too fast. So basically, I think we're right about where we need to be. I don't know what else I could do. You know, we've been having a good little Friday. Maybe we'll play with some more sounds here. Gotta go back to my daily key. I love that sound. If I could tape that down. Ah, the pedal released way too quick. You're right. Ooh, that was cool. key really matter if I'm doing any of this? I don't know that it does. Because what I like to do is as I'm going higher, let's just do a E modulating arpeggio. As I go higher, I like to go lower. Wow. So I end up at C sharp or D flat. A446. Maybe. You should be a piano tuner. Do you ever think of that? That was fun. Listening to middle C. I wish it did each note individually, because what it does is just the whole keyboard. So if I play an arpeggio or just a big chord, it just brings everything down together. It's going down a minor third. Okay, 500 cents. Yeah. 550. I can't do that because they're both going to move. So I have to bend the wheel as I'm playing the next one. Like that. I think I'm probably the only, I don't know if I'm the only person, but I may be the only person you know who can do this. I wish it was. I think that's what you wanted. Probably. Here she comes. I don't know, man. I don't know. Yeah, because there's no major, there's no perfect major or minor fourth. I don't know, man. Remember that? was so long ago. That's me, the maestro. I'm trying. It's really hard. I'm also trying to deny the fact that I have ADHD, but it's also really hard. What were we talking about? And I just wind up doing just basic drone chords and stuff. What is that? 6? I don't know. Whoa! Concurrent viewers is 3. Chat rate is 3. Views is 33. You need to see this. 3333. That's wild. If only it was the 3rd of March in 3033. 2033. 3033. I'm a little ahead of the curve. I swear I'm not a time traveler. This is alien music. This is the alien Locrian scale. C double sharp flat. And then there's just Beethoven over here just staring at me like, why? Why? Why you do this to music? This is not music. Good thing I'm deaf. Sorry, Beethoven. But I just keep looking up at that. He's literally looking right down at me like, you suck. I can't even hear you, but I know it's bad. He can't hear me, but he knows that it's bad. I hope somebody out there is enjoying this. I know Alex and I are. There are 4 of you in here. Who are you? Tell us your names. Or at least tell us what you're doing here. Playing the daily key, but it's wrong. I don't know. I don't know what that means. You make no sense sometimes. Oh, I see what you mean. Sometimes if you give me a thing that I need to think about, I just have to think about it in C. Like that. Or maybe it's to mess with you. I forgot I turned that down. I need a foot pedal that does that instead of my fingers so I can still play. Goals. I'm just noodling around. It's a Friday night. I had Papos for dinner. It was very good. And I didn't have to cook. Ooh, which instrument? This one? I kind of want to play the theremin, but it takes 20 minutes to heat up. And I need to practice it a little bit more. Ooh, this one's fun. And remember, kids, there's a relative minor for every major. That's going on a t-shirt. Subtle pitch bend gives it texture. That's not very subtle, I'm sorry. 12-tet lovers won't tell you that. Now I can't stop doing that chord progression from like 3 days ago. So, back in the day, I made a song. This is very pensive. That is Raindrop. This is Rain. Or is it raining where you're at? This one is called African Wind. But I made a song once. I'll have to dig it out of the archives where, I don't know why I'm doing this, but it's fun. I made a song once where I was emulating the sounds of aliens talking. It was kind of fun. I'll have to pull that out of the archives. Memory unlocked. I love that. Oh crap, look at that. Chromatic? Oh, why am I doing it? Oh, remember? Ooh, did I ever talk about this? I think I showed this in that video in class. There are only 2 whole tone scales. This is not a great voice to be demonstrating with. So E flat fits into the second of them. Oh, that's fun. Yeah, we do. Adam Neely, excuse me, what? I am the smaller YouTube channel. That's so funny. You're the joker around here. We've been online for 2 hours and 24 minutes. I'm going to try something different. I have a really cool light that I wanted to experiment with. And I think some of this music that I'm playing, may fit it a little bit. So maybe, just maybe, I'll point my camera, a short stream for sure. I'll point my camera at the ceiling and I'll give you some visuals while I play some trippy music. Oh no, my water! I did not just spill my water bottle. It's totally okay. It's Friday night. Durante's going crazy. Get ready to go to Ableton. Oh, does it not go that high? Guess what? I'm gonna make it. Oh. There's a moon up there somewhere. Let's get you back here. Oh, what was that? Something just unplugged from my computer. There it is. There's still too much light in here. Okay. Did it actually? Looks like it's fine. Looks like everything's going. Are you still there? Oh no. Oh, my internet was going weird for a second, but now it looks fine. Are we still live? I still see Alex in the chat. There's still 3 people in here. It says everything's excellent. Are you seeing this? We got the moon up there. We got some kind of weird, like, flowy. Ooh, I could do finger puppets, but I won't. And then there's lasers that are creating the stars. And then you've got a picture of California that I took with my drone. It looks kind of cool, I think. It's late. It's Friday. We're just having fun. There's a fly around here. That's not cool. Alex, are you still there? And the 2 other people. Hope nobody has synesthesia. I hope they do. What do you mean? Oh, because then they'd be hearing more music than I was actually playing and then seeing the sounds that I'm playing. I don't know. That was anticlimactic. Nope. Crystal. Just crystal. Those must be Yamaha keyboards because these are all my Yamaha stuff. Synth drum corps. Not exactly. I have like 500 sounds on this thing. I'm willing to try that. Is that what happened last time? Oh. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. My internet's crapping out on me. I think we're about done here. Are you still there? Did I just end accidentally? Nope, everything's up. Everything's up. But I think things are acting weird. So I think it's time to end. The longest stream I've had. That's my wet spot. This is going really well. Everything's just going really well. We're going to aim this camera back at me. We're going to do a little sign off. Oh no. What did I do? Look at that view. Look at that view. We're going to do a little late night sign off here. Get over here. I'm losing it, folks. If anybody's still out there. Nope. I don't think we are. We have lost the stream. I'm here. Who is that? You lazy, wonderful Stitch. Okay, it looks like things are still up, but my internet's acting weird, and I was just about to sign off. It's Dominic. Somebody must have told you. This is going to be a spooky little sign-off. Alternate account. I don't have anybody's accounts memorized, so you could just be like any random person, and I would not be able to tell. I believe my internet is starting to act up. It does this from time to time. Oh, it looks like it's fine now. Never mind. But no, I think 2.5 hours is pretty good. Ending on Maple Leaf Rag. If I knew how to play it, I would do that. But it looks like we're doing all right here. Everything's back up. 2.5 hours. That's incredible. We've had 35 views overall. We have 4 people on the stream right now. One of them's me. Key of A flat. That does not help. I can't think of the tune. And I'm not sure. I don't know if that's copyrighted or not. I gotta be really careful about the stuff that I do. That's why I'm just doing weird stuff that comes out of my head. Because it's not copyrighted. Yet. Anyway. This has been a lovely Friday. Oh, I forgot I still had beard dye in. So I gotta go wash that out. And then tomorrow, you will see a freshly purple dyed beard. Aren't you happy? So Saturdays are my tuning days. Maybe I'll take a little footage, upload it on here so I can show you. Surely this will be the longest stream for a while. I may just make a habit of doing all-nighters on Friday nights because that's fun, and I have literally no life. I don't know if that's depressing. I gotta ponder that. But I have literally no life, so I come home, and if I don't go to sleep, then I just sit there and watch YouTube. So why not let you watch YouTube, and I make YouTube? Because if I do it long enough, I'll make money. It's gonna take a long time. 4,000 watch hours is a lot. I was calculating earlier. Looks like we're back online and everything's fine, so that's good. I was calculating earlier. Yeah, I'm going to bed soon too. Probably not. But I was calculating earlier. I was watching one of the channels that I watch, and I'm into a lot of financial literacy stuff, whatever the word is. I watch a lot of videos about a lot of things. I started off getting into stocks back in 2018 or so, and then I got out of that, and I like precious metals and things like that. And yeah, so I invest in some things. 2020 was an interesting year financially. It actually worked out pretty good for me. I know it was a tough year for a lot of people, but a lot of things happened that year. And so, anyway, I like watching financial videos because at my age, I'll be 36 in a couple weeks. This is crazy to think about. My age, thinking about the future, thinking about making money, thinking about making my money make money, thinking about my money making more money, something like that. And so, I'm trying to be more financially aware and that sort of stuff. So I watch a lot of things like that. And I was calculating the amount of watch hours that one of my guys was getting. He had, I think it was like, so I calculated, I think it was a 6-minute video that had 7,000 views. I think that was the math that I did. And it worked out to something like multiple hundreds of hours, right? It wasn't as much as I thought it was going to be. So I think it was like 600 or something like that. I don't know. Math is not my strong suit. But anyway, so trying to fathom how many watch hours. How many watch hours is 4,000 watch hours? How many videos? How long? How many times people watch them? It's going to take a long time. So I'm in it for the long run here. I'm having fun. I think I need to cue my exit music because it's time for bed. 2 hours and 40 minutes. This is incredible. And it got really weird at the end there. And then my computer started making noises. And things... Oh, I know what happened. My keyboard's not working. So something got unplugged. Is that it? Shoot. One moment. So yeah, when I went to go mess with my 8,000, almost half a year. Really? Is that all? Okay. So yep, my stream, my internet connection is breaking down a little bit here. So anyway, Celestial Vibes, Earthenia, we'll talk you out a little bit here. Let's check my levels. All right. So yeah, I'm in this for the long haul. I've been having an incredible fun week learning how to do all this stuff. Every day, something has improved. Something has gotten better. And of course, it's going to be 3 steps forward and 2 steps back and that sort of thing. But it's a learning experience for me. I consider myself a lifelong student. I always try to do better, no matter what I'm doing. I'm on a continual journey of education. And you're going to be along for the ride with me. And one day I'll look back at these videos and be like, wow, remember when I first started and how horrible things were and how that stream I did 2 weeks ago had an awful echo and how that stream I did a week ago tomorrow had horrible internet, and it was an awful video, but the audio was good, so I just went with it. And I did an hour, and people watched it with a horrible video. That was crazy. And then, each day this week, I improved. Better and better and better. First I had no chat. Now I got the chat going on. Now I got lasers going on my face. What is happening? It's been a weird week. I'm counting down the weeks of work. Summer's going to be very interesting. This week, I've been focused a lot on making live music for you. I don't know what you're talking about. So, almost knocked over my water again. So it's been a lot of fun. I've really been enjoying this. And it's kind of cool having like 2 minutes of background minutes so I can just like talk it out, ramble. But I do want to get back into some of my music, my piano repair videos. So that is something I plan to do. And this has been a Friday night jam session with your host, Tom Durante, the maestro, at Durante's House of Music. Please come back for more, like and subscribe, share this content with your friends, and I will see you next time at Durante's House of Music. Please enjoy, have a lovely night, and thank you so much for sharing your time with me. I'll see you next time. Good night. It's not going to.